Before we get into today's video, tomorrow, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Hunting Company is gonna drop the work jackets, the cargos, and we are restocking our key holders. Let me give you guys a little bit of a rundown on this because this is probably the last time this year that we're gonna offer a little bit more unique products. This work jacket, so many of you guys have reached out. I just wanna run you down. Quilted interior, the heaviest jacket. Actually, it's not the heaviest jacket we've ever made because our tactical jackets were insane. Those are like the snowboard jackets. But there's a side pocket. It's super thick. It's super warm. It's very, very nice. Very, very heavy. And we have our cargos, which, dude, the fit on these. Ooh, a little bit of fashionista boy, with big, deep Velcro pockets on all fours. These are gonna drop tomorrow for you guys at 10 a.m. And we are also restocking the key holders as well. Excuse me, ladies, I'm trying to get through here. The key holders we have released before. They sold out pretty much within a few hours, and we're restocking them. So if you want a place to put your keys and hang your stuff, this is gonna drop tomorrow as well. Lately, you guys have been seeing a lot of stuff with the M4 GT3. We're gonna be putting a pause on that because we're gonna be going out to the track this weekend and getting some more testing with the Mark V Supra. Those who don't know, all of you guys from this channel know about this car. This is the clips. You guys kind of just are in tune with shit, but this is a drift car. We made it with a 90 Supra, if you don't know, and we're gonna be testing this weekend. The last time we drove this at Grid Life, we had problems with our clutch. We had problems with the ECU freaking out, with the DSC, with the TPMS, with the speed sensors. A whole bunch of coding problems had to get figured out. Today we're going to be making final adjustments to everything. Before we even start, I want to give a big shout out to a lot of people who have really been helping us with this car. And the first one is ACT. As you guys know, they saved us with giving us a prototype clutch that got us to the Grid Life event. We ended up blowing it up at that event, and it is right here. Now, I do want to show this, and I really want to mention that this was a prototype clutch that they said, hey, Tej, this could work. We don't know if it will work. We don't know if it's going to withstand what you're doing. It's a complete prototype piece. This clutch actually isn't even for the A90, but we think it should bolt up. So, it failed on us, but it worked enough for us to get the information and data we needed to help them create and help R&D the clutch that they will eventually offer for the A90 manual Supra. Now that that is said and disclosed, the clutch failed. It blew up into a bunch of different pieces. Not as bad as the stock clutch, but you can see it kind of tore apart here. The pressure plate is extremely grooved and uneven, and doesn't look good. The car still worked and drove, but it was just slipping like crazy. We since then have been sent the same unsprung 6-puck clutch, but we got sent a stiffer pressure plate, and we also replaced the OEM slave, which this is the OEM slave right here, with an E92 335 slave. The reason why we did that is because we believe that the reason why not only did the stock clutch fail so quickly, but the reason why this ACT clutch failed so quickly is because this slave is known as a slave delay. And a lot of you guys in the comments were like, Tej, get rid of the delay valve, get rid of the delay valve. So we're gonna talk about it really quick. Hey Dylan, why don't you tell us how a delay valve works in 30 seconds?
30 seconds. Again, that's your normal tube or your hole or your orifice, and the delay valve is just like a pail or a brass plug that has a smaller hole in it. So all it does is it creates a smaller orifice, so it bottlenecks the fluid from going faster. So when this one you can see in it. Man, I doubt you'll be able to tell on camera.
You're probably not gonna be able to see. There's no way you're gonna see.
So we can see it. You literally look in there, and there's a little brass plug with an orifice that's like 2 mil smaller.
Yeah. So essentially, guys, with these delay valves, which you see them in modern cars, their main purpose is just to reduce the shock, is to make it softer for daily driving. It's to make it nice and smooth, baby. So when you do a clutch kick, super quick engagement and disengage, typically, the older cars, the slave does exactly what you ask. It literally is engaging and disengaging very quickly. The delay valves make that movement a lot slower. Rather than calling it a delay valve, let's call it a slow down valve. It just slows the engagement. And what happens is when we are revving at literally hanging on rev limiter and I'm just clutch kicking like crazy, we're asking the clutch to go like this And what's really happening is it's going like this.
Like a normal clutch kick would go like this. You know, reverse,
Yeah.
but for all intents and purposes, with this or any delay valve, it goes. So that's time on surface where they're both spinning, different speeds, and friction's happening.
And we're pretty much just burning the clutch up.
Fuck.
I know, seriously. So pretty much we're just getting way too much heat into this clutch. Just those like nanoseconds that is hanging on is frying the clutch, which is why the stock clutch went so fast, and this held longer, but couldn't stay for too long. So what we did is we got rid of the delay valve. Shout out to you guys. A lot of you guys mentioned that in the first video. We replaced it with an E92 335 slave, which directly bolts up to our transmission. So there's no delay. We upgraded the pressure plate to be a little bit stiffer, and we're using the same clutch. This alone should fix our problem, we hope. We believe this is going to be the data that we need to help collect from ACT so they can really finalize their product that is going to be used by me and many of you guys out there. So big shout out to them. We've replaced the clutch already. We've already installed the new slave, so all that is handled. We're going to be making some adjustments today from our friends over at Seems Legit Garage. If that name sounds familiar, it's because I have talked about them before on this channel. They are the fabulous friends of ours that we literally just met over the internet. They reached out, and Dylan actually knew who they were and vouched for them. And we have their dual caliper adapter for the Supra. We were gonna do an inline hydro. They reached out to like, Tej, we have a prototype piece. If you wanna run it, we'll send it out to you. And they provided us with the actual wheelwood calipers, the brackets, the pads, the lines. They make a fantastic product that works perfectly. So thank you, Seems Legit. You guys are amazing. They also reached out after we did that, and they're like, hey, if you'd ever want a drive shaft, let us know and we can make one for you. And keep in mind, I don't believe these parts exist yet, at least for the drive shaft. No one makes a drive shaft replacement. So one of the reasons why we do want a drive shaft is because the stock drive shaft has a bunch of goebos, as they're called, and it essentially is just like, how do you pronounce it? Is it not a goebo? No.
There's so many things happening right now. I knocked all this water over.
My dude.
You just go.
A goebo.
Dude, I'm losing it.
I'm doing 6 minutes of this talking,
Dude,
so hopefully you're still watching this video.
You're on such a roll. There's no corrections that need to be made. You're
Okay,
killing it
so
right
the stock drive shaft has a bunch of goebos, and it's essentially like a rubber bushing, a rubber neck that softens the amount of shock that would happen through the drive shaft. Think of it as like rubber bushings, multi-piece. Eventually, those pieces will fail as we remove things like the slave delay. The slave delay is cushioning the amount of impact that we're sending through the drive line. So as we reduce those things that come for the daily driver aspect and introduce more race-oriented parts that are gonna send shock throughout the car, more things are gonna fail, to which we know eventually that stock drive shaft, one of those goebos, are gonna fail. So, Seems Legit was like, yo, let's make something for that. Dylan got some measurements. We literally sent them the measurements, and a week later, you guys, this showed up 10 minutes ago. Look at this drive shaft.
So, what happened?
This is so nice. Seems legit. What the heck? You guys are being way too kind. So amazing, dude. So they are making parts for the Supra. They obviously make parts for a lot of other drift cars and such, but their quality in parts is fantastic, you guys. And I want to give them a little bit of a shout out and love. We're gonna toss this thing in today. This is the nicest drive shaft. The only drive shaft that I've ever seen that is nicer is the one in my Mark IV. That's the full carbon one. But even that alone, this is just as nice.
Yeah, honestly, this is, I'd say, just as nice. It's just a different material.
This is different. It's beautiful. So thank you again, Seems Legit. We're gonna toss this in today, and it's gonna make it to our day for this weekend. Beyond that, we still have a few other changes. I'm about to hop in the car and finish out some coding from our friends over at Beamer Geeks. They saved the day when we were at Grid Life, and I have a big list of things to do. We're gonna be deleting some things that are making the car freak out. One of those things is, believe it or not, this car doesn't have TPMS and all the wheels, obviously, because we're throwing so many different wheels on this car, and the car freaks out if you don't have TPMS sensors. Like when you actually push the car very, very hard, it will actually limit the car in some areas because it doesn't know the tire pressure monitoring sensors are there. So we're gonna be tuning some things like, or not tuning, we're gonna be coding out the TPMS, we're gonna be coding out some of the speed sensors, we're gonna be keeping some of them because that is reliant on the electric power steering rack to send us feedback to our steering wheel. But we're gonna be making a lot of adjustments today that we believe will be the adjustments necessary so this thing becomes the reliable chassis that we believe it can be, and is the reason why I shelled out all the money to build this car. So I know, guys, I can see I've been rolling for 9 minutes. That was a lot of explaining. And man, if there are any girlfriends that are sitting next to their boyfriends right now, because trust me, I meet you guys at events. You guys always tell me, oh my God, my boyfriend make you watch all the videos. You guys are probably so bored right now listening to me just talk. So I apologize for that.
Talking. You're doing great.
I'm gonna start coding. All right, so right now we're coding out the TPMS. We're using this using Pro Tool. It's from Beamer Geeks. I've used a bunch of different coding softwares and flash softwares. And this has been a really cool software and pretty easy to use. And then I need to hit save. So shout out to them. Action save. I'm following a roadmap, so that's why I'm like looking down at my phone. We just put the clutch. We just redid the hydro line, and now the stock drive shaft is coming out of the car. Almost there. Oh.
Got it.
I feel so cool right now. I feel like I'm...
You look like you're a pilot, like a jet pilot. That's what you look like.
That's for sure what it is.
Okay.
That's for sure. Oh, okay.
What?
No.
What'd you... Alright. Now we're going to put this in. Use the adapters. Use the supplied hardware. Ooh, this looks so good.
We got stopped by... Oh!
Ew. Alright, so unfortunately...
Hey, I was going to explain. Stop talking. You talk too much, bro. Unfortunately...
the drive shaft that we were going to use from Seems Legit Garage, it was a great product. Oh, sorry.
It's a great product. It's a great
So
product,
the
but
hardware
was wrong
for the rear.
for the rear.
Because I'm Calvin.
I'm Calvin.
Kaboom boom.
Kaboom
and I went poopy
and
in my
I went
pants.
poopy in my pants.
Damn, dog. That's crazy.
Damn.
So what I was saying...
Dude, today, man. Today is one of those days. The hardware was wrong. They haven't tested it yet, so they guessed it was wrong, but the thread pitch, or the pitch was wrong. We need M12 1.5, and this is like M12 125 or something like that. So unfortunately, the hardware store near us is closed. Yes they are, they close at 3, it's 3 o'clock.
Your eyes looking, T. Nowhere.
So we're not gonna put it in today, but we're still super stoked. We're gonna be getting, we're gonna get that hardware. We're probably gonna install that the next day or two, which is gonna be super rad. And they're also working on some other bits that we're interested in. So expect to potentially see some more from Seems Legit. It's again, using test products. No one knows, no one has all the answers to these cars yet because the manuals, there's not that many of them. But either way, still a really cool product, still super stoked. We'll put it in later. So we're making some adjustments to Calvin the chair, Calvin the chair, Calvin the chair. We're making some adjustments to the diff right now because we have a diff lockout, which I don't even want to explain right now, but we're putting all that together and then we're gonna go fucking test it.
Dylan,
Dude.
you're such a handy man.
Look, TJ, your pants are great, but these old girls sure still do hold a lot. I'll tell you right now, but it doesn't make me
I'll
sad.
tell you what.
I'll tell you what. Oh, it doesn't jingle anymore because it... No, it doesn't work. Anyways.
What an idiot. Did you see what he just tried to do? That was so stupid. He looked so dumb. Oh, wow. Oh, dear.
You guys. Let me get back to work. A real man's working
makes
here.
that look like a 3/8 gun because he's so big.
Where's the 3? I'll put that one in my pocket.
In my bucket.
It's not working.
No, just check it out.
No.
I want to be just like
it's
my...
not.
I want to be just like my
It's still
pappy
doing
when I-
LSD memes.
It's LSD memes.
Oh, there it is. Not welded memes.
I want to be just like my pappy when I grow up.
Kinda happy.
No, just... Oh! It got caught. If I
Oh, that's on my phone.
Excuse me. Do you want my wallet, officer?
Yeah, now I get my phone out.
That's how you lose teeth. Dude! Don't do that, kids.
Oh, this day has just been so stupid.
What? What do you mean? This day's been nothing but... Feels kind of good.
Oh my god.
This day's been fucking...
My wallet, this is, hey, pro tip to everyone out there getting pulled over. If they ask for your wallet, there you go.
Alright, I'm turning it off now, fuck. This car is doing what this car loves to do most, and is giving us weird coding issues.
You're so mean to me. I'm trying to hit the camera so you can't record yourself.
We went to go test drive the car, and the clutch engagement works and everything's fine, but we keep getting thrown into limp mode. We're not sure why. We're going back and forth with the coder and trying to mess with the speed sensors and wheel speed sensors. We don't know what the problem is, but the only thing that would have given us a difference between when we were driving at our last event and right now is we added electronic dampening control delete modules. When originally we coded those out, we bought like the RSR ones just in case like that was an issue. Our thought process was, well, even if it's coded out and we add the delete modules, that will still be able to, like, it's a good backup to have it. And now we're getting weird problems with the wheel speed sensors. So now we're gonna unplug those. Even though we just installed them, we're gonna unplug them and see if the car is still going to limp mode. Maybe somehow they're interconnected somehow. Not quite sure, but we're running into a new problem which we've never seen before. So we're just trying to like work our way backwards as to why we're now having a problem. I didn't film the last little rip with you guys. I should have, but I didn't. I'm sorry. So Dylan just finished unplugging. Dylan and Calvin just finished unplugging it, and we're gonna turn the car on and go drive and see if we go into limp mode again. Seeing Dylan try and fit in this car is a really, really funny sight to see as well. Good? Alright, we're gonna know in about 30 seconds. Oh, this clutch is stiff.
Looks cool, the wing.
Yeah, the wing's rad. I love the wing.
Stop.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Alright, so best case scenario is that the car doesn't shut us down.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Clear right. So it seems to be happening every like 20 seconds.
Yeah. It should happen in 3, 2, 1. Literally right when I said it.
That's frustratingly cool and shitty at the same time.
Alright. Yes,
That didn't change
still happened. Gosh, those fucking cars. It's so cool, but I hate it at the same time.
This is why like lockers and carburetors and things like that are cool. Literally for instances like this, where it's like, damn, this shit's so sick. Everything's fighting us right now.
Yeah, we're just battling the computer. It doesn't like it. It's like, what? You're trying to race the car? No! No!
This doesn't feel like you're commuting. Please stop.
Yeah, you're not following the system? No!
Whoa, hey, it seems like you're not just trying to park this thing in a parking lot.
Yeah. Get back in line.
Damn, this is, oh, yeah. don't go outside of the norm. Whoever's watching, stop doing that. You're gonna get shut down. This thing's really cool though. We'll get a mirror back in here. We'll get the door cards finished. This will get tucked in here.
Maybe I'll just find why the 370 is misfiring tomorrow.
I want to bring that out. I mean, that's not a bad call. I think that the exhaust has something to do with that. I don't know if it's technically. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I don't know if it's really like totally a misfire. Like it sounds like it's missing, but it sounds real bad from the muffler. Like the muffler's pinched at like almost an 80-degree angle. So it might.
I was gonna pull a scan tomorrow.
Yeah.
See what the scan says.
Do that. Oh yeah, you have all the smart stuff in there too. Oh, that feels so much better.
You can cut that.
You don't want me to cut it? Do we always listen to TJ?
These are brown, and the skies are blue.
Dude, why is it so hidden? Oh, that's on off. Never mind. I'm dumb.
Unfortunately, we're going back on the lift. We did not figure out the issue. So sad. I'm confident though we're gonna figure out somewhat of a solution. If all else fails and we don't really get some solid feedback or some solid progression by tomorrow, we'll probably end up not going to track this because it's just not worth going that far if the car isn't like 100% solid from our perspective. And then I might even bring out the 370 to go and drive because we already had that whole day planned out. Except this car, as of like last week, has a crazy misfire and sounds like a V8 right now. So I'll have to dive into that tomorrow as well, probably as we're working on this. We're gonna work on this, and we're gonna work on this. I'm hopeful though, but that literally is like sometimes that's just the way the cookie crumbles. The cars don't always work as expected, as much as we make it look like it does on YouTube. So, bummer, but it is what it is. All right, it's now the next morning. I was gonna end it last night, but wanted to at least leave with a little bit of update of some optimism here. I have the car plugged in with my laptop right now, and the coder is trying to actually go into the car from a different standpoint rather than me just doing the coding. So doing a different angle now. Now he's plugged in. There's an application called TeamViewer, which pretty much allows someone to remote control your laptop. So I'm plugged into the OBD2, and he's plugging away at the laptop and trying to clear some faults. And we're gonna probably do some more testing today. And yeah, it's an ongoing battle with this car, but I'm hopeful we will figure it out. And you know, it's a new car, so someone's got to figure out the work to get it done, and we're gonna make it happen. I'll see you guys in the next video. Wish us luck. The Supra, let's make it work.